Florida. And so they both work together, traveling around the country, giving inspirational speeches, motivating teachers and students. And what else do they do? They are medical professionals, because you'll actually remember a bit more about why in just a little bit. And so I'm going to pass this off to, just plug it in. Okay, wait. All right, and so, 2 truths and a lie. Okay, we both sang in a choir. Oh, crap. Robert, get your lazy butt back up here. Sorry, guys, we didn't hear Robert's 2 truths and a lie. If you remember, what were they about? Mount Fuji, Wheel of Fortune, 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish scares him. So.
Okay, so really 1 fish, 2 fish, blue fish does scare me. You know that yink? That seems scary. What it was for me was I made it to finals of Wheel of Fortune, but the finals of the tryouts, but I didn't make it. I wasn't enthusiastic enough, believe it or not.
So. Okay, so here we go. Now we're going to hear Juli announce his 2 truths and a lie. First up, we both sang in a choir last year, or we both raced sailboats in the last year, or we both went skiing in the last year. So here we go, and we'll find out in just a little bit.
So I'm Julie, and you've met my daughter Alex. We're going to talk to you about the mathematical practices, but the mathematical practices for all students. Our goals are 3. We're going to share a glimpse of Alex's story. You'll get the rest of the story tomorrow morning at 8:30, just a side commercial. We'll also talk about the argument for why is it that we need to be sure we're engaging all students in mathematical practices. And we're going to use some examples from Alex of her, she's a child with special needs, engaging in the practices. Here's Alex.
So I was very cute. And I was extremely talkative. I didn't have special needs, but I was extremely gifted. This is me at preschool talking. And how old are you? 4.5. When are you going to be 5?
In a couple weeks, but a long time.
But everything changed when I turned 10. I got sick, and when I turned 12, I had a massive stroke. I lost my academics after I had the stroke. I couldn't do math, I couldn't speak, and this is me learning how to talk again.
Hi everybody. I met my dog yesterday.
So, huge improvement. Gifted to a child who had extreme special needs. Don't try this at home, but a stroke and a coma, and now I like math. It's totally
That's great.
I understand it, and I get it because I understood why. And so it took time, but I was determined, and I was just determined to get my life back.
Even her shirt was determined. What does it say?
I can see clearly now the brain is gone, and that was totally me.
And so now you've met Alex. What does it look like for a child with special needs to engage in the mathematical practices? Where do we begin? Well, I don't have time to share all of them with you, but we can look at 4 of them. We talked about the productive struggle. We need to allow our students with special needs to engage in that productive struggle as well. They need to be part of the discourse. They've got to look for structure and also make use of patterns. So what does that look like? Well, Alex, as she was relearning everything, including reading red fish, 2 fish, 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish, she solved problems like this. What do our students who struggle do when they solve problems like this? All too often, they just follow the procedures of the standard algorithm that have been fed to them. Not Alex. She engaged in math practice 7. She looked for structure. She used it. She expanded those multi-digit numbers and began with the thousands. She made sense. Watch her making sense of this problem at her own speed. She thought, she paused, she figured out how to make a 10 and applied it to make 1,000. And we gave her time to do the sense making, to use the structure. So what happened when she started making sense of multiplication is that she could apply it. We had solved problems with 1-digit and 2-digit numbers with multiplication, but never with a 3-digit number. Because she had made sense of the structure, she could now look for and make use of that structure with new problems. Alex expanded the problem on her own. She multiplied 4 times 100. She multiplied 4 times 20. The next step was she was able to talk about what she did. Here, Alex is going to explain her thinking.
We only did problems like 25, 32. How did you know to do this one?
Because I did it again and again and got used to it.
She didn't do that problem again and again. She did other problems. But because she had done the sense making, she had engaged in the practices, she could apply those practices and make sense of new problems. She was engaging in making sense of problems and persevering in solving them. We gave Alex that opportunity.
So in classrooms, the desks sometimes were in groups. So I could communicate using different strategies, not in rows. And I was not the kid who had the special needs. I was unique, and I was Alex, who had special needs.
She had unique abilities when she was in groups. All too often, we take our students with special needs and we spend too much time drilling facts. We can think we can solve everything in 1 year, and when we do so, we teach nothing deeply. What we need to do is engage our students with special needs along with all students in the math practices. Here's a little glimpse into our story. Tomorrow morning at 8:30, you can learn the rest. We can see you all there.
So before we let these lovely women go, which is the line, which is the truth?
What do you think?
Fire or what was it?
Choir, sailing, or skiing? Skiing. We ski. You did not want to hear me sing though.